Morning, everyone. Today we're going to continue our discussion on quant mode, performance analytics, PTR. Now if you take a look at our syllabus, we're now preparing for generating portfolios, creating optimal portfolios, and then creating the efficient frontier. So we have been using the very important package called quant mode, and we have seen its, let's say, its capability to download data and to work on data, in particular financial data, which we can source from different databases like Yahoo Finance, Fred, Wanda, uh, even Bloomberg, etc. Okay, so let's now, we can, the drill class. This is one of the ways by which we can install and load packages. We learned this last time. Okay, so uh, we will not run this. We run this, but this is just to review class. We can create an object called packages containing the different packages, and then we create this function install and load in order to install the packages and then load it. Or we can make use of the pacman package. Okay, and then this is pretty straightforward and it's a lot simpler. So dp dot load underscore load allows us to install and then load at the same time the packages. All right. So for today, we're still going to use quant mode and performance analytics, a little bit of tidyverse, in particular ggplot. Okay, so let's load data. We know that we can load data from quant mode. So let's just load some of the most used. Okay, let's include Starbucks, SBUX. Okay, what else? Starbucks, Intel. Maybe we can include, let's include uh, Netflix and FLX, Netflix, and maybe some ETFs like SPY, QQQ, okay, etc. Okay. So I'll give you a few seconds to use the get symbols. Now we're saying that this is auto-assigned, which means that automatically quant mode will assign these names to your assets, to your, say, Microsoft will be named MSFT, etc. So Microsoft, Apple, Starbucks, Intel, this is Standard & Poor's, this is Goldman Sachs, Ford, Toyota Motors, Netflix, SPY, and QQQ. Okay. So if I run this, okay, error, why is there an error? Let's see. Okay, could not find because I haven't run the I haven't loaded the package. We said that even if you have installed the package, for example, quant mode, you'll not be able to access the functions under quant mode if you haven't loaded it. So I loaded it now, and then this will now run. Okay, and we now have the objects, Microsoft, Apple, etc. So let me pause for a while and request your feedback, class. If you were able to do that, kindly chat, please. If you were able to load these data sets. Wait for your classmates. Okay, so we said that we can also load the asset in such a way that we give it a name. If you don't want the default, which is the ticker symbol itself, like Apple, AAPL, all capital, you can assign it a name. So in this case, I'm assigning it small letters, but you have to impose that auto.assign is equal to false or and is equal to null. So these are the two ways which we learned last time. Okay, so it depends on your purpose. Maybe you don't want the name, the all caps, whatever that purpose is, you can do that. So if I run both this code chunk, I will now see that there are now here, there is this AAPL and this AAPL1. Both are the same, okay? They only differ in the name. So you have here capital AAPL and AAPL small letters and AAPL1. They all of them have the same content. Okay. Clear so far, class? What is the C? Okay, there's a question here. Sorry, Joshua, I failed to see your question. So the question of Joshua is, what's the C here? C means combine. Okay, C means combine. So if you're creating a vector of characters, for example, you have to put C here. Okay, otherwise this will not run. Combine or concatenate. If you're creating a vector of several elements, you have to use that C. Okay, Josh, did that answer your question? Thank you. Okay, so response please, class, if we're clear so far as creating objects via quant mode, either the default which is auto.assign is equal to true. We don't name it ourselves. Okay, so that's the default here. Auto.assign is equal to true, or we want to give it a name and we have to impose that auto.assign is equal to false. Okay, good. Thank you. And we can of course specify other details. So here, okay, I'm creating this object stock list, and it consists of Meta, which is Facebook, Microsoft, Starbucks, Apple, AMD, Ford. Okay, let's include some here. See the SPY, okay, and then the QQQ. All right, that's okay. All right, so these are similar to what we did a while ago. Okay, but here we're creating an object called stock list. And here we are again, yung C, no? Concatenate or combine. So this object class stock list is a vector, character vector, because all of the elements inside it are characters. And how do we know they're characters? The codes here. And then we define the start date, 1998-01-01, and end date is 2023-12-31. Then we can run the get symbols function. So source is equal to Yahoo, although this is not needed because it's the default. Then the starting date is defined as start. The ending date is defined as end. It's defined here. Periodicity is equal to daily, although this is the default. So this is not needed unless you want it weekly. So you'll have to specify it to be periodicity is equal to weekly or monthly or yearly. Then auto.assign is equal to false means whatever these assets are will be given their own names. Okay, so if I run this, I'm only highlighting, I'm not including structure of Microsoft. Control Enter. Then we can see here that, oops, there's an error in this here. Okay, so it should be auto.assign is equal to true. Okay, we cannot there was no name mentioned here. Okay, and we cannot assign several names at once, okay, because we have several assets here. So let me run this again. Control Enter. Okay, that should work. Okay. Okay, and then we said that these objects are based on the environment that we have. These are extensible time series objects. We got the structure of Microsoft. We know that Microsoft is an XTS object. Date niya is 1998-01-02 until 2023-12-29. Okay. All right. So got it so far, class? Notice I'm going through this quite fast because this is just a review of what we have learned. Could I have a confirmation from you if it's clear so far? You were able to follow? Nothing new here yet, class? But it's important to us for us to be really familiar with the packages, the functionalities of the packages. Okay, good. All right. So, uh, which part, Danny? Which part do you want shown? Stock list. Okay, stock list. Okay. All right. So let's dig deeper and try to see what this object is all about. So let me discuss some more things about the XTS object. Now, there are certain advantages. There are some advantages in working with XTS object. The another option is to work with a data frame or a table. Okay, we said last time that XTS objects are distinct from data frames in that the index. Okay, let me just review. This is Apple. The index is the okay 2007. I didn't specify the date, but this is Apple. Okay, let me show you this. Capital A. So we specified it to start from 1998. Okay, so the index in an XS object is the date itself. So this makes it quite favorable for working with time series. So I'm saying here that there are advantages in using XTS objects since naka-separate class yung time index, no? Date index. Okay? So actually, uh, yung time index na yan, it's usually equally spaced regular calendar. For example, sa mga stocks, usually yan, uh, trading day niyan, nagsisimula ng 9:30 to 4, Monday to Friday. Okay, 9:30 a.m. to 4. For example, if it's being traded at the New York Stock Exchange or Nasdaq. So regularly spaced yung anong yan, yung time. Okay? So another advantage is that for an XTS object, this is Apple, you can actually extract this one. You can extract the matrix of numbers, this one, and you can extract also this one. You can create an object that separates it. So let me illustrate that. The data class. Okay, so for example, uh, I'm looking at the Microsoft object. Okay, let me just share these notes with you, class, so that you can put it as your notes. Okay. So what does this do, class? This symbol, this square brackets, what will this do? Anyone, please? Kindly chat or kindly unmute yourself. Okay, subset, yes, thank you, Danny, they're correct. It will subset. So here I'm creating this object. You can name it any way you want. I'm just making it as Microsoft October 23. And this object will be subsetted or extracted from Microsoft. And it's 2023-10. So this will only consist of data from October 2023. So if I run this, so MSFT October 2023, okay. So you still have the open, high, low, close, okay. But you have 22 observations, okay, and it's up to October 31. So you can easily extract that object. Now, an XS object consists of two pieces of information. But as you can see here, class, let's take a look at Apple once again. This is Apple. And there are two pieces of information here. One is your quantitative variables for your open, high, low, close, volume, and adjusted prices. And the other is the index. What's good about the XTS object is that this can be extracted. Itong matrix ng numbers na to. Okay, so how do you do that? There's this function called core data. Okay, as I said, you can extract here. So see, let me share this with you. Okay, let me copy that, class. And let's see. So as I said, CXTS object, two, it consists of two elements, not two main elements. And the elements are the matrix of the numbers, quantitative the data, and then the index. Okay, so the index, which represents time, and the matrix of numbers. Okay, actually, yung XTS object na to, class, it came from the, yung predecessor niya, yung zoo object. Okay, so in your notes, I stated here that XS objects extend and enhance the zoo class of time series objects. So before XTS, there was zoo. And zoo, it's called zoo because this package was written by Akim Xylize, okay? I'm not sure of the pronunciation. And zoo stands for Xylize Ordered Observation. So that's for time series. So that's where the zoo name is coming from. It's from the author of that package and then ordered observations. So we can make use of the, okay, we can make use of the function from the zoo package, this one. We can make use of this. Now we don't have to load the zoo package because it already comes loaded also with when you load quantmod, it automatically loads also zoo. So no need to load the package zoo. You can just create this. So let's create this object called apple.matrix, and then we use the core data. Core data function coming from the zoo package. Okay, and then let's print the first three rows of observation. Okay, can you tell me, class, what do you get here? What do you get from the core data function? Kindly chat, please, class. What are you getting, class? As far as the apple dot matrix object is, what is that, class? Okay. Thank you, Danny. Please share your answer to everyone. How about the others, class? I'm waiting for your response. Vince, 3 rows lang. Okay. Okay. Sorry. You're referring to this one. Okay. But what consists of, what are the elements or what are the columns under the apple dot matrix? Okay. All right. It gave out the OHLC volume and then adjusted. Okay. Thank you, John. Thank you, Vince. Okay, but how is it different from the Apple object? Kasi yung Apple object, OHLC din yun, plus volume and adjusted. So how different is that? Are they the same? Is the Apple object the same as the Apple dot matrix? Class, is the Apple object the same as the Apple dot matrix? This one. What sets apart Apple dot matrix from the Apple object? Yes, Justin? Error. Okay, sige, tingnan natin ha. But for the others, first answer, paki-answer nyo nga. Anong difference ng Apple dot matrix at saka yung Apple? Yung AAPL, capital AAPL na object. What's different between them? Not found, sabi ni Justin. Okay, we'll address that, Justin. No? I just want to hear the answer of the class. Anong difference ng Apple dot matrix at saka yung AAPL na object class? How are they different? Has more data? Which one? Which one has more data?
Yung sa matrix po, sir. Because I tried running the chunk as a whole. Tas,
More
Ah.
data siya kaysa sa AAPL?
yes po, parang mas mahaba po yung
Mm.
binigay sa akin.
What din mas mahaba? Sige nga, pa-share nga ng screen. I'd like to understand what do you mean by mas marami yung sa ano? Apple dot matrix. So, okay. So, ang laman niya, open, high, low, close, volume, and then adjusted price, di ba? Pareho lang ba siya ng Apple object?
I'm not
Tingnan mo
sure
rin
po,
na sa
sir.
ilalim sa data, no? Go to data and then yung Apple dot matrix yan, i-click mo siya. Click mo yung icon dyan sa ano. Go to the environment.
Okay.
Baba, yan. Di ba? Andyan yung Apple dot matrix. It's yan. Check mo siya. O yan. Di ba? Okay, how different is this class from the Apple object? I think, sino ba yun? Si Justin yata sumagot na. Ano yung sagot mo, Justin?
Sir, error po yung
Error yun sa'yo. I saw an answer a while ago. Sino yung sumagot na yun na, tingnan nyo class, no? Si Apple dot matrix, ano yung index niya? What's the index of Apple dot matrix? Class, what's the index of Apple dot matrix? Hello, class. What is the index of this object? The one flash on the screen, yung Apple dot matrix. Yeah, 1, 2, ano lang, yung counting numbers lang, di ba? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Paki-flash nga, ano, Rene, yung, yung Apple object mismo. Yung AAPL yan. O, anong difference sa kanila, class? Di ba si Apple object, ang index niya yung date. Si Apple.matrix, ang index niya yung 1, 2, 3 lang, di ba? But the elements there, yung open, high, low, close, volume adjusted, pareho lang yan, class. They're the same. So what did the core data function do? Ang ginawa ng core data function, in-extract niya yung numerical matrix. Tapos yung index, hiniwalay niya. Okay? Alright, so to answer the question, anong different sa kanila? Si Apple.matrix, it's a data frame. Sige, tingnan mo nga, Rene, i-type mo sa console, str, sa console na lang, str, yung structure ni Apple.matrix. I-tab mo na lang kaagad. Yan, sige. O yan, kaso, ano siya? Ano siya, class? Ilagay mo nga class ng Apple.matrix. Okay, so it's a matrix class, no? It's not an XS object, it's a matrix. Okay, hindi rin siya vector, kasi ang vector, isang ano lang yon, isang row or isang column. Ito, several rows and several columns. Okay, and they're all quantitative, and it's called a matrix. Okay, so the difference between this, yung Apple.matrix and Apple, is that Apple is an XS object, while Apple.matrix consists only of the matrix of the numbers, and its index is just the number. Okay? So, sige, thank you. Thank you. And Justin, paki-flash nga yung screen mo.
Ay, sir, iba po yung device na ginagamit ko for Zoom.
Okay, so ano yung question mo kanina?
Kinopy ako naman yung code mo, sir, yung AAPL matrix. Pero pag nung nirun ko, sir, object AAPL matrix not found po yung lumabas.
So,
Pero yung
hindi ko
yung mga
masasagot yan ngayon kasi hindi ko nakikita yung screen mo. No? Kasi baka sa coding mo yan eh. So, if you can't show your screen, Vince, mahihirapan akong sagutin yan. So,
wala, sir.
so
Sige.
is there a way for you to show your screen para makita natin? Kasi baka sa coding mo, no?
Wait
Or
lang, sir.
can you chat the code or kung maano mo
Yan.
yung
Sige.
screen para makita natin kasi that's the only way for us to decipher kung bakit not found yung ano. Kasi apparently ang nangyari
I-chat
dito,
ko na yung code.
apparently ang nangyari dito not found ano. So rinan mo na muna siya, no? So apple.matrix and then I don't know what you wrote there. Sige, Justin, paki-chat ha. Okay, so while
Yes.
to everyone para makita ng lahat, no? So while Justin is mag-share screen muna ako. Okay, so for us to continue while waiting for Justin. Okay, so what happened here, class, was that we were able to extract yung matrix ng values ng ano, yung number. Ito na. Ito na shinare ni ano, Apple.matrix, zoo, core data ni Apple. Do you have Apple already?
Yes po, sir.
Meron na, no? Sa object mo, naran mo na kanina yung get symbols. Alright. Tapos, syempre, kung may Apple object ka na, naran mo na si quantmod. Kasi nag-get symbols tayo eh. And then when you run this, anong message ang lumalabas, Justin?
Error object Apple.matrix not found po, sir.
Apple.matrix not found. Okay. So nahihirapan tayong mag-decipher yan ngayon kasi uh, maybe we should go back to the other to the codes before that. Tama naman yung ano mo, aapl.matrix. Okay.
Pero sir,
Coordinate. Yes, sige.
gumagana naman yung previous codes na ginawa natin.
Okay. Yung apple.matrix ba lumalabas sa sa environment sa ilalim? Do you have there dun sa environment mo?
Wala po,
Just
sir.
like this, no? Ito. I-run ko tong apple.matrix dito. Dapat mag-a-appear yan sa environment dito. Okay? Under data. Kasi matrix siya, no? It's not an XTS object, neither is it a data frame. Okay? Kasi kung data frame yan, maglalagay ng df. Ito, hindi siya vector. Kasi kung vector yan class, dito lang yan sa values. Ito katulad na to. Vector of character vector. Ito character vector din. So, wala dito sa sa environment.
Wala po, sir.
Can you rerun it, please? Pakirerun mo nga. James, may nangyari ba?
Nag-run naman po siya, sir.
Nag-run. So,
Paano po makita yung ano po, sir?
which one? Paano makita yung
Yan po, sir, yung sa data,
ito?
APL
Oo.
matrix. Apa.
Rinan mo na to. Did you run this?
Ayan
Rinan
po,
mo
sir.
na.
Nag-run na po siya.
So, nag-print na ng first three observations ni
Yes po, sir.
Matrix. Okay. So, okay na, no?
Apa.
Hindi natin alam kung ano nangyari kanina, kung bakit siya cannot be found. At least ngayon okay na, no? So, sometimes, if you encounter that, subukan yung i-run na lang ulit, no? Kasi minsan baka na nagkakamali sa sa pagbasa CR. That happens, eh. Okay? That happened to me several times already. Na rinaran ko muna, tapos nag-error. Tapos pag rinan ko ulit, okay na naman siya. Okay? So thank you, Vince, for that question. Okay? So let's proceed, class. Now, if you want now to extract, kasi di ba sabi natin dalawa yung main component ng XCS object, yung matrix ng values at saka yung index. So we can use the index function. This is also coming from zoo. So I'm going to create this apple.index. So it's the index of apple. Okay, so i-run ko to. First three observations, control enter. Okay, so you can now see that apparently these are characters. So if you take a look at the environment, nasa values to, here class. Okay, so it's a date vector. Okay, date vector siya, consisting of dates, not characters. No? Sorry, not characters, but rather dates to. Okay, so these are date objects. Okay, so if you take a look at the class, ano ba yung class at saka structure ng Apple index natin. Yeah, so it's a date, no? Okay, it's a date, and it's still a vector. Vector siya. Kaya nga makikita natin siya dito sa ilalim. Nasa value siya. Apple.index. Right? Okay, got it, class? Kindly chat, please, if it's clear so far? Any questions? Please don't be ashamed to ask questions, just like what your classmates do. Okay, because questions are very important, because not only does the student who is asking the questions benefit, but also everybody. Okay, good. How about the others? Meron ba tayong confirmation dyan na clear tayo so far? So this goes to show, class, that we can extract, okay? We can split our XS object into two: the matrix of numbers and the index. The matrix it's a matrix, okay? It's a special type of data structure. And the index is a vector. It's a date vector. Okay. I only got 3 responses. How about the others, class? Thank you. But waiting for the others to give their feedback. We are 26 here, and I hope we can have more than 20 feedbacks. Kung okay tayo so far. Okay. So thank you so much, class. All right, let's continue. Okay, let's just talk about the dates in R. Just have to be familiar with this. Okay. So yung date, class, maraming format yan. And usually, ang date niyan is year, 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 dash, month, month, at saka DD, day. And dates in Excel, sorry, not in Excel, in R, actually correspond to a certain number. Okay, so for example, if subukan natin i-type plans, no? So meron tayong date, as that date. Okay, let's say, ngayon, 2024-15-31. Okay? Kasi class, pag may quotes, character yan, di ba? Bigyan natin ng pangalan. Let's call it D. So I'm creating this object called D. Okay? And I'm converting this character, kasi character to class, diba? This character into a date. Okay, so if I run this, okay, ano nangyari? Character string is not in a stand. Bakit? Why? Okay, let me delete this. Okay, ayaw niya ng may codes, no? It's 15 po. Yeah, oo. Oo nga, no? Oo nga. So, let me see, no? Kaya mali yung date ko, no? 15 kasi, no? Tinan ko lang yung D dito. So, okay. Inano niya, no? Let me explain this for a while. Okay, let me change this, no? Mali kasi yung date ko, no? Dapat 05 to. Okay. And I'm going to put here codes. Right. So ito, class, we're creating this object. Let me call this E, no? E. As that date, and then this one. So I'm telling R to convert this character. Take note, this is character, no? Kasi may code siya. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Vince, for pointing that out. And I think also, sinabi na yun, si Julia din, no? Sinabi na, ano, mali yung, na-mistype ko yung, ano ko. Kasi wala namang 15 na month, eh. So this is now 2024-05-31. And this is a character. No? Character to kasi may code siya. But if I convert it into a date, control enter. So meron na tayong E dito, no? Which is 2024-05-31. So this is now a date. Date na siya. Okay? Now, if I convert this as that numeric, okay? Let's see what happens if I convert yung date na to into a numeric E, into a numeric value. So control enter. All right, take note of this, 19874. Ibig sabihin niyang class, any date in R is represented by a number. So that's why it's easy to manipulate dates. It's easy to, for example, get ilang days between dates, no? Kasi yung date class, it's represented by a number. And anong sabi ng 19874 dito? Lahat ng dates class, lahat ng dates sa R, okay, is benchmarked against this January 1, 1970. Okay, so this is time 0, day 0, January 1, 1970. So itong 19874 na to, it means that it's 19,874 days. Okay? Ano class? After, no? After January 1, 1970. Okay? I hope you got me about you understood that class. Ito 19874 na to, it's a number of days between January 1, 1970 and May 31, 2024. Okay, so lahat ng dates sa for example class, no? I'll create another object F, and then o nga pala ito kanina, no? Ito. Bakit itong as that date? Okay. Ano nangyari dito? What happened here, class? Kasi ang nangyari dito, this is not a character, no? This is a number. So ang ginawa niya, minus na 2024 minus 15 minus 31. Okay? So let me do that. 2024 minus 15 minus 31. Okay? So that's 19. The difference between them is 1978. Okay? 1978. Now, if I'm going to convert that into a date, as that date 1978. Okay? So 'di ba alam natin na yung mga dates, yung mga numbers, may mga corresponding dates 'yan. Okay? So ano yung corresponding date ng 1978? If I run this, it's June 2, 1975. Ito 'yon. Ito, June 2, 1975. So which means that 1978, paano naging 1975? Because 1978 is reckoned as 1,978 days after January 1, 1970. Okay? Diba? So, tingnan natin ha. So, if I make it, say, let's say 1970 dash 01 dash 01. So this is January plus. Tingnan natin kung ano mangyayari dito, class. Plus 1978, no? 1970-01-01 plus 1978. Okay? Sorry, mali, no? It should be 1978 kasi dapat ito times 0 to plus 1978. Okay, sorry, may syntax here is wrong. Dapat ginawa ko tong ano. Okay, as that as that numeric. As that numeric, yung 1970-01-01. Okay. Hindi. As that date, sorry as that date, 1970-01-01. So kung date yan siya, class, ito yan, no? 1970-01-01. So date, dapat binigyan ko to ng pangalan. But anyway, sige. I think mas maganda kung ito yung i-discuss natin class, no? All right. So take a look at this. Okay. So as that numeric, Apple index 1. So what does this tell us? Ang Apple index natin, class, where's our Apple index? Ito, di ba? 1998-01-02. That's the first date. Okay? So here, I'm saying, i-convert mo nga sa isang numeric yung galing sa Apple index. Remember, the Apple index is a date, no? Date to it. Apple.index, these are dates. So I'm telling R to convert the date into a number. And ano ibig sabihin to, class? Apple.index and then 1. What does this mean? Can you please tell me? What does this mean, class? Or what will that do, class? Yung Apple.index and then brackets 1. Anyone, please? Class? What does this mean? Apple.index and then brackets 1. Hello? Anyone, class? What's the meaning of that? Hello, class? What is 1, class? What's the use of yung square brackets, class? Saan ginagamit yan? Where do we use the square brackets? This one, class. Where do we use it? Hello, class? So we have this object, Apple index. And then you put here brackets 1. Ibig sabihin yung sinasubset natin yung unang laman. Unang laman, class, ng Apple index. Ano ba yung Apple index? Tingnan natin, class, yung Apple index. Ito yung Apple index, oh. Ito. Oh, di ba? Print natin kanina yan. Yung unang element niya ito, 1998-01-02. So, this is the same as Apple index. Yung first element is 1998-01, 1998-01-02. And then, pinapakuha sa atin yung as.that numeric niyan. Okay? In other words, class, pareho lang yan ito. As.that numeric and then yung date, no? Kasi date yon, as.that date, which is 1998-01-02. 1998. All right. So it's equivalent to this one. Okay? Kasi yung Apple index date vector yan eh. So ilalagay natin dito, we have to make sure that the 1998-01-02 is a date. Kaya nga linagay ko dito as that date. Okay? Yung date na yan, class, yung 1998-01-02, ano yan? I-convert natin sa number, it will be ang answer 10228, which means, class, that 1998-01-02 is 10,228 days after January 1, January 2 of 1970. Kasi yun ang reckoning, yun ang benchmark eh. Okay? So yun lang ibig sabihin yan, class. Okay, so as that numeric, ganun din to. So if we run this, ito, 13,516 days after. No? While this one, 1970-01-01, okay, 0 siya. 0 days after January 1, 2022. Kasi class, ano? Kasi ito nga yung date 0 eh, no? Di ba? Kaya 0 days siya after January 1, 1970. Now, ito 1998-01-02 na yan, ang equivalent number niya is 10228. Ito naman yung 2007-01-03, ang equivalent date number niya is 13516. If I convert 13516 into a date, okay, so parang pinagbabaliktad-baliktad ko lang, di ba? Yung date, ginawa ko yung number, 13516 daw. Yung 13516 naman, gagawin kong date, the 2007-01-03, ito yon, class. So you can now see that you can convert between days and date. Okay? All right. So for this one, class, ito na naman to, no? Okay, ito we have done this before already, so let me skip that. No? So let's just take a look at okay. Last time we also learned how to convert, di ba? We learned how to convert yung Control Alt I. Let's see, Microsoft, and then weekly. Okay, so I'm creating an object called Microsoft Weekly, and then that's very easy to create kasi i-convert lang natin to weekly to that weekly si Microsoft. Ganun lang, di ba? We learned that to weekly, to monthly, to quarterly, to yearly. So I'm creating this object, Microsoft, to weekly, right? So if I look for this, yan, to weekly na siya. Okay, may tanong ako, class. Anong day yung 1998-01-016? This one, 1998-01-16. Control C. What day is this? What day is 1998-01-16? Okay. Yeah, thank you. It's a Friday, no? How did you find out, Vince? Vince, how did you find out na it's a Friday? Okay, pwede rin, no? Pwede rin naman natin i-check sa calendar. Pero pwede rin natin gamitin si ano, no? Pwede rin natin gamitin si ano si R, no? We can use the weekdays function. Weekdays, tapos gawin natin as that date to. Okay. Just to make sure that yung 1998-01 ano yun? 01-16, no? 98-01-16. Okay, kinonvert muna natin as a date. Okay, just to make sure it's a date, and then we got the weekdays. Okay, could you tell me, class, what day is, can you confirm that 1998-01-16 is a Friday? Kindly chat, please, class. What are you getting? What day is it, class? Itong 1998-01-16. Okay, waiting for the others to respond, please. Yung date dito, no, ito. I was checking kung what day was being used. Okay, Friday. All right, thank you. Good. So indeed, it's a Friday. So you notice that yung pag-generate ni R ng mga days ng weekly, ang pinipili niya yung ending ng ng weeks, ng week na yan. Okay. All right. So we can merge, no? we can use the merge function. Okay. When we extract the values from an XCS object, we can merge that. So for example, so mag-create tayo. Okay, let's merge now Microsoft, Apple, AMD closing. Okay, so we're using this function merge. So closing ng Microsoft, comma, closing ng Apple, comma, closing ng AMD. Okay, can you find this out, class? Can you run this? This one will get the closing price of Microsoft. This one will get the closing price of Apple. This one will get the closing price of AMD. And then merge, i-merge natin siya. So tell me what happens, class. And paki-chat please kung what you got. What object did you get? Class? Hello, class? What did you get? So either that or you can make use of cbind. It's the same, no? Merge or column bind, cbind. Closing ng Microsoft, closing ng Apple, and closing ng AMD. So if you run this and then compare the what's inside them, Microsoft, Apple, AMD, Microsoft, Apple, AMD. Okay, this is close and this is close one. I'm getting here Microsoft close, Apple, and AMD. Okay, so we were able to create an object consisting of 3 closing prices of Microsoft, Apple, and AMD. Okay, kindly chat please if you were able to get it, please. Okay, how about the others? Okay, good. Thank you. Nawala ng iba, 22 na lang. I'll check the attendance later. Okay. So let's now go here. Basic calculations natin. Actually, review lang to, no? Let's review what we have done so far. Okay. So madali class manipulate sa isang XTS object. Kasi you have the matrix of the values there. So for example, if I'm going to get the log, okay, Microsoft log prices, I just use the log function, okay, on Microsoft. Okay, and then if I run this, okay, so ito yung mga log values na, no? Open, high, low, close, volume, and the adjusted price. Notice what happens when you get the log of a number. Nasa scale down siya. So, if we see the original data, Microsoft ito, ano yung volume niya? Yan. In millions to, no? 1 to 39 million. But when we get the log class, nasa scale yung number. So tinan yung volume, 70 na lang. From millions, tens of millions, again, ano na lang, 2-digit number na lang. No? Okay. So this one, we already okay, so let me just share this function. We did this in the past already. This is a quick review. So this is just to illustrate that our XTS object can be subject to many manipulations, many computations. So what I shared with you is that Microsoft is Microsoft is an XTS object. We can access the closing divided by the opening. Okay, so that's easily done in an XTS object. And then -1, this is the rate of return. Okay, and then if I run this, so Microsoft closing divided by opening, that's the name I gave, Microsoft closing divided by opening. Okay, so this is Microsoft close, but it's not really the closing anymore because it's the closing divided by the opening. So in this code, I changed the column name. Column name Microsoft _CL. This is the object, and I'm going to change the column name, and then I'm just going to call it, let's call it MSFT dot Microsoft dot closing opening. Okay, so if I run this, okay, mababago na yung ano, no, yung name. It's no longer Microsoft. So you can just use the column names to change the name of a column of a particular object. Okay, and what else? We actually have, we discussed this before, functions like open, close, okay, which gets the percentage change from, so the closing here will be the current value, the opening will be the previous value. Okay, which is what we did a while ago. Ginawa natin yung closing divided by opening. Okay, so it can be opening also, and op, which means opening of today, divided by the opening of tomorrow. So this gives us the percentage change or the rate of change. Okay, how about this high close? It will be the closing divided by the highest. So these are functions that are readily available in quant mode, but you can also compute this. Okay, any questions, class, about this? Quick review lang to kasi na-discuss natin to dati. Any questions? Pa-confirm naman class kung you're able to follow. So this one is just a repeat. It's a repeat of what we discussed before. Okay. I'm trying to get as close as possible to the different ways to compute for the returns. Dito pa. Okay, baka hindi natin abutin, no? No, hindi kasama yung sharp ratio sa quiz, no? So it will be data and data structures and okay, this one I think we have reviewed already, we have done already. Okay, so it's almost time. Kulang talaga ako ng oras. Okay, so let's take a look at this. How to plot XTS object using plot.xts or X. So let me multi-panel plot, no? Control C, let me share these codes with you. Okay. Pa-confirm nga class, di ba ginamit natin to last time, yung applied.weekly, di ba yung sum? Di ba? Natapos na natin yun, di ba? Okay, we're done there, no? So, okay, dito tayo sa plotting class, no? So sa plotting, we'll take a look at using the plot.xts of plot function or plot.zoo and the ggplot. So first, I share this with you. Let's first create weekly prices. No? So here, you should be able to quickly follow this. Microsoft Weekly is the name of the object we're creating. And then I'm converting the Microsoft object to weekly. Okay, and then I'm creating this object, Microsoft Closing Weekly. I'm subsetting the fourth column of the Microsoft Weekly. The fourth column is the closing price. Okay, kaya linagay ko dito CL closing. So i-run natin to. We should be able to create an object with one column. Ayan, no? Microsoft Closing. Okay, and then we do the same for Apple. Control Enter. So meron na tayong closing ng Apple at saka closing ng Microsoft, and then pwede nating emerge. We did this a while ago. So Microsoft Apple Weekly, we're merging Microsoft Closing Weekly at saka Microsoft Closing Weekly. So emerge natin siya. Okay. And then from here, we can plot. Okay. So ito, plot Microsoft Apple Weekly. Okay, yung main plot may pangalan Microsoft and and then we can put a legend, and the legend location will be on the top left. Okay. So here, no? Legend that location, top left. If we run this, okay, you can see a side-by-side plot of Microsoft and Apple. And then for the next one, class, pareho lang yan. Lalagyan lang natin dito ng extra na function, multi.panel is equal to true. And I'll end here, class. There. Multi.panel. So you can see that it's plotted in two separate plots. Yan. So depende dun sa requirement nyo. Ito, ang advantage ito, nasa isang plot lang siya. You can really see a comparison between the two. Tapos ito naman, okay, separate plot siya. Okay, so let me stop there, class. Let me stop recording now.